Hi everyone, I'm Swathi from Indiahikes and you're watching Trek with Swathi. Today we're doing a bit of a very different walk and talk on the streets around our Indiahikes office in Bangalore. And I have with me a senior trek leader at Indiahikes, one of the most senior, and a trainer at Indiahikes. But more than that, we know him as a treasure trove of information. He's a walking, talking encyclopedia when it comes to trekking, because he is not only well-read, he has traveled across the world, and you ask him any question about any trek in the world and he'll tell you without Googling it. That is Diptarko for you. So today I'm having a chat with him about a few aspects of what it's like trekking in India and outside, and I'm covering a few topics in this series. So let's take a look. So when you are looking at countries and countries especially with beautiful landscapes and natural scenery, what are some things that attract you?
There's a lot of things which attracts me. First is like when I'm doing a trek as such, one of the major factors is like if you are seeing any particular big mountains or like some unique mountains which have some unique shape, that might be one of the factors. Then there will be some thing to do with the forests. If the forests are very different to what we see here, different types of coniferous trees, maybe like the fall colors are very different there. So there are a lot of factors which goes in that aspect. And apart from that, there are a lot of, like in India, we don't have any trek which leads us to a volcano maybe. So if a trek involves like seeing a volcano or climbing a volcano, those are some things as well which kinds of like interests me a lot to plan for those treks.
So if I have to ask you, what are three of the most unique treks you've done in India, outside anywhere, but top three of the most unique treks that you have done?
So I will start with India itself. So which is one of my favorite treks, maybe the most favorite that I would say, which is the Bhaba Pass trek.
Okay.
I have done many treks, but I have not seen any particular trek having this dramatic transition.
Okay.
So there are treks I've seen with a lot of varieties in terms of like rugged terrain, forests, and then big mountains, glacial lakes and all. But Bhaba Pass, that uniqueness of like the lush green meadows in the Bhaba Valley to when you go over to the Pin Valley National Park, that region, the drastic change, the shift in the colors, I think I have not seen in any other treks.
So we consider this to be the most dramatic trek in India. But you have trekked not only in India, but in the world. You've done so many pass crossings. You've trekked in the Caucasus, in the Alps, God knows where all. So in comparison to the world, where would you put Bhaba?
I think a very top. Like among the treks that I have done, I would say like, even if I've not done the other treks also, which are there in my wish list to do, I would still say that Bhaba, even if I do more and more treks abroad as well, in India as well, it will remain in my top 10 for a good amount of time.
Wow, okay.
And apart from Bhaba, I would say there are a lot of treks that I've done in Patagonia, especially in the Torres del Paine National Park in Chile. So that is like the W circuit, the O circuit, those are there. I have done some part of them. So those are really fascinating landscapes there. The mountains that you see there all around, the lakes and the forests. And I went in the fall season in March, April during that time. So in the southern hemisphere, the fall happens during that time. So the fall colors are also spectacular. So that is that the landscapes are very unique to what we see here. Same goes with the other side, on the Argentinian side, which is around this beautiful mountains like Fitzroy and Cerro Torre. These are some very dramatic mountains, very challenging to climb. But I have not climbed those mountains, but I've gone to the base of those mountains. And there are numerous treks around those regions. You come across some huge glaciers, like that blue color of those glaciers you see. You get to like kind of walk beside those glaciers. Then like full raw rugged terrain. In some places you have to like use a Tyrolean traverse to cross rivers.
Wow.
And along with that, beautiful lakes, and you get to see the South Patagonian ice field. So there was this trek called Wemul Circuit which I did there, which was an unsuccessful trek because the weather went bad on the third day and I had an injury.
Okay.
But still, it remains one of my most special treks because not only because of the beauty of the trek, it actually like made me realize who I am.
Okay.
So that is a very special trek for me. In Peru, there are a lot of treks that I've done which are like really amazing, especially in the southern part of Peru, close to Cusco. I have done this trek called Salcantay trek to Machu Picchu. So this is one of the popular routes to Machu Picchu. Because it is not the Inca trail, which is like the most popular one, but the advantage here you get is like you get more diversity. You start the trek from like above, I think, 12,800 feet, cross around 15,500 feet on the second day itself. You see some glacial lakes, you cross a high altitude pass, and you start going down to the cloud forests, and you walk along the river into coffee farms and all. You stay with villagers there, then you again go up, come down. There's some small meadows like our bugias there, and you come to a valley where you join the train line which goes to Machu Picchu, and you walk along the train line, and finally there's some zigzag staircase kind of thing to Machu Picchu. So that was a very unique trek because it has a lot of variety as well. So that is something I really liked. Even in the northern, like central to northern part of Peru, so there's this mountain range called, two mountain ranges which are the sub-ranges of Andes, the Cordillera Blanca and the Cordillera Huayhuash. So I have not been to the Cordillera Huayhuash, which is there still there in my wish list. But in the Cordillera Blanca, there are numerous beautiful lakes and all. So I've done some treks in that region. I think the most spectacular lakes I have seen in my life were in that particular region. And
Compared to Kashmir?
Compared to Kashmir, they are way ahead. I think very few lakes from, I think, Nafran Valley can come little closer because they're like the number of lakes which are having those kind of vibrant blue, shades of blue are way more.
Way more.
So Kashmir, little like less, I would say. Compared to that, I would say in Ladakh, we kind of have a little closer competition. Even I think in Central Asia, like the treks that are there in like Kyrgyzstan and all, they're also quite good. But the concentration of the lakes that you get in that region, because that region falls in the tropical region, and also the Cordillera Blanca, which translates to the white range. So it actually the highest tropical mountain range in the world. Region is very close to the equator.
Okay.
Because of that, like because of climate change, more and more lakes are actually popping up in that region. Peru is losing a lot of its glaciers as well. It looks beautiful, but yeah, I mean that's a sad reality as well.
So that was Diptarko talking to us about what it's like trekking in the world and the world's perception of trekking in India. So thank you so much, Diptarko, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me in the podcast.
So
I was feeling very nervous.
please, I'm nervous talking to you because he's such a treasure trove of info. But if you have any questions about what it's like to trek in different parts of the world, he's been to 30 plus countries like he shared. So you can just drop in a comment below and I'll get him to answer those questions for us. So thank you for joining us today.